Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike's Morning Minute times 2. Here's your host, Mike Gray.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mike's Morning Minute times 2. As you can tell from my new intro, I've had a lot of extra time on my hands. I also made the fortunate mistake last week of sending my Mike's Morning Minute to my mother, who is my biggest fan, and she sent it out to all of my relatives. This actually tripled my viewing audience, thank you very much. So I made a vow to actually make these a little bit better, hopefully. Today marks day 45 of our safer at home quarantine in Wisconsin. The government is getting added pressure of whether or not they're overstepping their boundaries by keeping us in quarantine. Small businesses are feeling like they may not bounce back from being in this quarantine this long, and families are just wanting a little bit sense of normalcy added back into their life. But is it really safe? After watching on Netflix the true crime story about Waco, I had a hard time believing anything the federal government tells me anymore. If you haven't seen this show, it is fabulous. It's definitely a good watch. I'm not here to debate the reality of the actual movie, but I was always told that in 1993 the Branch Davidians were a cult and they avoided persecution by committing mass suicide. If you watch this movie, you will see a totally different angle. So it's really hard to believe what is true and what isn't out there. So what do we really know for sure? Well, not much consistency was found in the numbers that I was searching these last couple of days, but I did find out a few things. The Spanish flu of 1918 had a death toll estimated at 20 to 50 million people. That was according to the Washington Post. The CDC calculates that up to 575,000 people may have died from H1N1 or swine flu in 2009. HIV and AIDS pandemic at its peak from 2005 to 2012, death toll 36 million people. Flu season is usually October to May, and this season the CDC estimates that as of mid-March, the death toll is already at 29 to 59,000 people that had died from influenza illness. What am I getting at? I am tired of this quarantine and being forced into physical distancing, but we're not out of the woods yet. I went into Sam's Club on Tuesday morning and I felt like I walked onto the set of MASH. Everyone in there had masks on and some of them even had their gloves on, ready, scrubbed up for surgery. I believe I counted only 5 of us, including myself, that did not have a mask on. Of course, all of us were hiding the S underneath our clothing. Well, we know this for sure, that this virus has already killed more people from the United States in the last 3 months than the entire 20 years of the Vietnam War. Just over 61,000 U.S. citizens to date. And that is only the start. It has been said that the average adult makes 35,000 choices each and every day. Many of these decisions are conscious and some are unconscious based on how we've been conditioned throughout our lives. Some as simple as what cereal to eat in the morning, whether to have milk or juice, which shoes to wear on the way to work. Other decisions can be very meaningful, such as whether to start a business, be in a relationship, or doing something that you know will change everything in your life. We are in some uncharted waters. And if the CDC says, wash your hands often, avoid close contact, cover your mouth and nose with a cloth face cover when around others, this protects them in case you have COVID-19 and don't know it. Cover your coughs and sneezes. Clean and disinfect frequently touched areas and surfaces. If you want to stay alive. And I think I can do that a little while longer. What happens in the world doesn't affect or control your life. What you decide to do with what happens in the world controls your life. Choices, your choices, control your life. Your decisions, your actions. make some good choices today, and be safe for your friends and loved ones tomorrow. This has been Mike's Morning Minute, times 2. Have yourself an extraordinary day.